Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Russell with Ink and Paper Blog. I hope you are all doing fantastic today. One bit of housekeeping. I just wanted to let you guys know that this weekend I had the honor of being a guest on the Readers Podcast hosted by Simon Savage. I sat in for Thomas, who was doing one of his many fantastic adventures. And if you don't follow Thomas's blog to see some of the beautiful photographs and bookstores and stuff he talks about, you should. I'll link his blog below. I will also link the Readers so you can listen to me talk to Simon about books. The topics we discuss on that episode is what makes a modern classic, and also giving and receiving books, which I know all of you, like me, love to do. So go ahead and take a listen. It was super fun to be on, and I'm super excited to have been a guest on a podcast that I have listened to for years. Today I'm going to be bringing you a book haul. I have about 8 or 9 books to get through, so I'll try to hurry on through. The first book I'm going to talk to you about is The Beguiled by Thomas Cullnan. I've been trying to practice that name. This is now a movie with Nicole Kidman and Kirsten Dunst in it that just came out. And this is really the story. It's set at the time of the Civil War, and it's about a Union soldier who gets injured and winds up at an all-girls school where he thinks he's beguiling all of the ladies, and as it goes along, things start to come up and secrets start to come out, and he wonders whether or not he's being beguiled himself. Simon and I talked about this book. I had to go pick up a copy of it because we both agree it sounds fantastic and we're super excited for it. So that's The Beguiled by Thomas Cullnan. And once you read the book, you can go see the movie. That's always fun. The next book that I got, I want to tell you right now, was a purchase for the cover. A House Among the Trees by Julia Glass. And I have read Julia Glass's book 3 Junes quite a while ago, and unfortunately I can't remember, other than really enjoying it, I can't remember much about it. But when I read the blurb, and it's a long blurb, but I'm definitely going to read it to you guys because I think once you hear it, you're going to really love it. And Ollie, I think if you're watching, I think this book may wind up on your list too. When the revered children's book author Mort Lear dies accidentally at his Connecticut home, he leaves his property and all its contents to his trusted assistant, Thomasina Dollar, who is moved by his generosity but dismayed by the complicated and defiant directives in his will. Tommy knew Morty for more than 4 decades, since meeting him in a Manhattan playground when she was 12, and he was working on sketches for the book that would make him a star. By the end of his increasingly reclusive life, she found herself living in his house as confidant and helpmeet, witness not just to his daily routines, but also to the emotional fallout of his strange boyhood and his volatile relationship with a lover who died of AIDS. Now, Tommy must try to honor Morty's last wishes while grappling with their effects on several people, including Danny Dollar, her estranged brother, Meredith Galarza, the lonely, outraged museum curator to whom Lear once promised his artistic estate, and Nicholas Green, the beguiling British actor, recently cast to play Mort Lear in a movie. I think that sounds so good. It sounds so intertwining. It has like that artistic sort of book background in it, and I just thought I had to get it, and the cover is so pretty. So that's A House Among the Trees by Julia Glass. The next book was also more of a pickup because I just love Europa, and this is The Revolution of the Moon by Andrea Camilleri, and it is translated by Stefan Sartorelli. And this is a really interesting book set in Palermo, and it's about a woman whose husband, who is, I don't think he's king, I don't know, yeah, he is, King Carlos III, dies and puts his wife in charge of the city of Palermo, and fictionally she is in charge for 1 lunar cycle because the conservative Catholic base can't handle having a woman in charge. But what she was doing was really trying to save the city. And I think that sounded really interesting. It's set in the 1677 in Sicily, in the city of Palermo. And I just thought over 27 days, what could she have tried that would have made these people so angry that they tried to get her out? And also, I just think it's very fascinating, that time period, the sort of politics that were going on. So that is The Revolution of the Moon by Andrea Camilleri. Kind of a cool cover too. How to Be Human by Paula Cocozza. And I love that when they do something weird, but it makes it hard to read the names. This book's been around on BookTube a little bit. I know other people have talked about it, but this is about a woman who comes home one day to find a baby on her doorstep. She doesn't know how it got there. She says that it was left there. She hypothesizes that maybe this fox that she's befriended gave it to her. She also wonders whether or not her friend, who is the mother, who is suffering from postpartum depression, may have left the baby there for her. And it's kind of a story of that sort of mystery and intrigue. And it has a quote from Hilary Mantel on the front, who I really, really, really like. And so it sounded just interesting to me. I would have loved the British cover, because the American cover is just lame. But that's How to Be Human by Paula Cocozza, and I think the premise sounds really good there. Oh, this book has been around everywhere too, and that's The Muse by Jessie Burton. I won't talk about it much. I read Jessie Burton's first book, The Miniaturist, and loved it. And so when this came out in paperback, I just had to have it. And if you haven't read Jessie Burton's first book, you really should, because it's so good. So that's basically all I know. Is this is about a painting found in modern times, and it goes back and forth in time between a woman who finds the painting now and a woman who was hiding the painting, for quotation words, back when it was originally originally found in 1936. So it's found in two time periods. I am totally butchering this. I thought it was modern. It's not modern. It's set in 1967. My brain is everywhere today. It's been a long day. So 1967, a woman finds this in an art gallery, and it's the story of 1937, when the picture was originally found and traded. So that was an awful rendition. I'm sorry about that. In my brain, I was thinking about a different book. So Jessie Burton, if you're watching, which you're not, but if you were, I really apologize. I love The Miniaturist, and I can't wait to get to The Muse. After I had read The Hen Who Dreamed She Could Fly, I kind of started looking for books that kind of had that fable, folklore-y type of vibe to them. So I picked up The Guest Cat by Takashi Hiraide, and this is out of Japan. This is a fable about a married couple who has basically stopped talking to each other. They've reached that point in their relationship where they have nothing more to say, and all of a sudden a cat shows up, and every day the cat returns, and as the cat returns, it gives the couple something to focus on. They start walking together, they start talking about the cat, gives them stories, and sort of this idea that this cat comes back to bring them back together. It's a short little book, and I thought it would just be a sweet little read. That's The Guest Cat by Takashi Hiraide, and I'm really excited. I'll probably read this as a palate cleanser between some more hard stuff. This book, Midwinter by Fiona Melrose, and this is one of those naked hardbacks, and it is gorgeous. So pretty. This was long listed for the Baileys this year, and after I heard Simon's review, I had to eventually get myself a copy. And I'll link Simon's written review of this book from his blog down below, but I just was going to read you this blurb that really just makes me want to read this book right now and turn off the camera. For 10 years, I shrieked the memories. I always felt them scratching at the darker corners of my mind, still feral, but sitting on a tree stump in the gathering dark, all of it, the space, the fear, the sorrow, all seemed to find me again. It was as if the past 10 years I'd only been standing still, and I was back in a mess with a boy who only sees ghosts. I know this is very much a story about fathers and sons, and I know that it's heartbreaking, so I am really excited. I know Fiona Melrose just had another book come out that people are very excited about, so I'm excited to read her too. So, Midwinter by Fiona Melrose. Two more, I promise. The next one is The Ministry of Utmost Happiness by Arundhati Roy. Now, Arundhati Roy's first book, The God of Small Things, won the Booker Prize, I believe like 20 years ago, and may be one of those books that I always will attribute to changing me as a reader. It is absolutely one of my favorite books ever. It was hard to read. It was lyrical and beautiful and almost perfect. It is so good. And it took her 20 years to put out another piece of fiction. So I don't really need to know a lot about this book, but I do know it's set in India. I do know that our main character is a trans woman who has transitioned, and it's about sort of her life and the men and the love stories and the relationships that have gone around that. I know that it has a very political spin at parts of it. Kathleen Rooney, who wrote Lillian Boxfish Takes a Walk, reviewed this for, I want to say, the Chicago Times. It was a newspaper in Chicago. I will link her review below too. And she raved about it. And when I tweeted that I was so excited about this, she said that she has read this book and she can't stop thinking about it. So I can only imagine. Arundhati Roy is an amazing writer, and I'm so excited to get to this. If you haven't read The God of Small Things, please go find it. You can find it in your library. You can find it in a used bookstore. You can buy it new. I know they just reissued it. Please do, because it will change your reading experience life, I promise. And last but not least is a book that was recommended on the Book Cougars, that podcast. You know, I love that one too, by Anne from Books on the Nightstand fame. She talked about Chemistry by Weike Wang. I think that's how you say Weike Wang. And this is a Book of the Month Club. Oh, actually, Arundhati Roy's book was also a Book of the Month Club. So shout out to Book of the Month. They don't sponsor me, but I sure love them and get a book from them every month, and I always look forward to it. Chemistry is the story of a postdoc, a woman who is doing her doctoral work in chemistry, and is finding that she is not as successful as she wants to be, as the people around her want to be, or her parents want her to be. And also she's about to be proposed to by a boyfriend she's not sure that she wants to marry. And so she has to decide, and that was a really lovely sound there. Did you like that? Because I just recognized that I did it. She decides to go off and try to reevaluate, what does she really want from life. So when Anne Kingman says read a book, I'm telling you right now, Anne Kingman is never wrong. I'm telling you. So that's Chemistry by Weike Wang, and I cannot wait to read it. And it's not a very big book, and I think the cover is super duper fun. And that is a little bit of a book haul for you. So I hope a bunch of these books wind up on your TBR. Please, if you've read any of them, please talk to me about them below. Again, I apologize on totally blowing the Muse. I don't know what I was thinking there. Hopefully you guys will still go read it. Jessie Burton deserves every bit of praise. Check out the readers if you want to hear me on a podcast. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. If you are a return watcher, I always said listener, I'm thinking podcast. If you're a return watcher, thank you. I really appreciate all your comments, and I love talking to you guys below. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I will talk to you guys soon, and happy reading. Bye.